want to talk about a very encouraging area. Many of you have been asking me, how can you get your church involved in Freeway to Success more as a fundraiser? And I wanted to take some time out to really give you a visual, and also to really plant a seed in you to share this with churches in your community, especially your church. I know that right now, churches all across America and actually worldwide are really suffering financially. Things are starting to unravel. When your congregation is being hit the way a lot of congregations are at churches by this economy, as we all know, people cannot give the way that they normally have in the past. So when you think about the tithe and offering and the building funds, what's needed to to allow that church to maintain what it needs to do to reach the community, ladies and gentlemen, it is really, really scary to see what's happening to a lot of churches. I've talked to pastors and I've heard some of the stories and what they're having to do. Some pastors are saying, it's to the point now where their rent for their facility is getting just really difficult to control. So now they're connecting with other churches and seeing if there's a way that maybe, that church can bring their congregation over, and one church can worship at this time and then the other one can come in the latter part of the evening and worship, so that they can cut costs and split the facility cost. Ladies and gentlemen, just so much is going on. A lot of youth departments are getting together and trying to do car washes to raise money, bake sales to raise money. People that know me, I have a southern root, and I'm hearing that a lot more, that they're doing even catfish dinners. And so when they start doing catfish dinners, ladies and gentlemen, on a serious note, that's for real. So that's kind of where we are. This is an unbelievable opportunity with Freeway to Success. To give you an idea of what we're doing, for those of you that would like to share this information with your pastors or with the officers of your church, here's my suggestion to you. Just simply approach them in the manner of, I have an opportunity or a way to bring funds into this church through my company that does fundraisers. Can I set up a time to allow you to meet with the person that heads up this area for our company? Ladies and gentlemen, and if you can set a time where I can talk with your pastor, I will help you out with this. I'm working currently with quite a few pastors that have actually, they see the vision with this. They see what we're doing in our mission and how we're helping change the lives of people, blessing people through this amazing low-cost program. And again, many of them, not only from their church standpoint, but their congregation. A lot of these pastors would love for their church members to be able to get back on their feet financially. And so what we're doing, again, is I'm setting a time to talk to the pastors, to give them an overview of the business, exactly what it's all about. I then take the church, or what we call, it's a nonprofit, which is a 501c3. I explain to them how we can actually enroll the church into Freeway to Success. Now the church will actually have a business ID number through Freeway to Success. From that, what we then do is try to set a workshop, a couple of workshops where we announce to the congregation, here's an opportunity to come in to participate in a unique fundraiser where you can actually team up with a home-based business, and then we show the congregation step by step how this actually works. Now, what I'm actually doing, and I've shared with the pastors, is I'm more than willing to do more of a webinar online. I can kind of tailor make a PowerPoint presentation for your church. What I want people to understand, especially when you're working with churches, most importantly, you've got to be real. You have to be authentic about it. If you're going in there with the wrong approach, with the wrong intentions, I'm going to ask you, do not talk to your church. But for those of you that have a a really good spirit and you really want to bless your church financially and you think that this would be a great opportunity, I'm going to ask you then to talk to me about it. I will be able to help you talk to your church how to structure the business relationship with Freeway to Success. What's the best way to enroll the congregation, how to even explain this to the congregation as well, because again, not only is this a fundraiser to the church, but also to the members that get involved. This is a great way, again, this is their business as well. And when you think of, Freeway to Success, again, $5 a month, a simple $10 enrollment fee. So for $15, we can show churches how to position themselves to be able to cover their monthly mortgage. For those of you that may have a church that's a little bit larger in size, well, we may have that church come into the business twice in order to position, so that way we can help them bring in more income. I'm just giving you some ideas for those of you, again, that are serious about really wanting to be a blessing to your church, talking to your pastor or to the officers of the church. Please connect with me. I will give you some information on how to do this. In fact, I will do a three-way with you so that you're not trying to explain, something that's very challenging. And in fact, if you don't mind, you can actually, kind of break the ice by sending this information to your church, to the pastors, whoever is in charge. And then from that, just let them know we can set up a time to speak with the guy who actually did the presentation, which is me. And I will work with you to help you get that church involved in this amazing opportunity. So with that said, there's another idea on how to be a blessing to your church. So with that said, again, if you have any questions for me around this particular area, please don't hesitate to contact me, all right? Thank you so much. God bless.